Toxicity is everywhere and especially in the gaming community and is also very popular. But did you know that being toxic can actually help you win games? Hello guys, my name is Vexel and today I will be talking about why being toxic is the best strategy to win in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Keep in mind, this is not only for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, I just use Super Smash Bros. Ultimate as a reference because I'm a Smash creator, so that's what I do. This also works for probably every other game you can be toxic in. Now let's not waste any more time and just get right into it. First, you need to know what being toxic is. To give you the actual definition, being a toxic gamer is being a gamer with a bad attitude that engages negative behavior while playing video games, or in simple words, someone who is always negative while playing the game. Even though this sounds extremely mean, there are many ways to be toxic without hurting the other player's feelings. You know what being toxic is, but how can you be toxic? Well, first of all, being quote-unquote toxic doesn't mean stomping on your opponent's entire bloodline or saying their dog deserves to get run over by a truck. Being toxic can be something as simple as taunting, teabagging, or a little bit of non-harsh trash talk. As you probably now know, being toxic can be really simple, but when is the best opportunity to be toxic? Well, let me tell you, being toxic is the best when you are winning. Let's say you and your opponent are just playing and you manage to kill them. That is a great opportunity to taunt or teabag. To be even extra optimal with this, you need to figure out if your opponent hates teabagging or taunting more. I can't help you with this, so good luck on that one. When you and your opponent are playing and your opponent makes a dumb mistake, like a misinput which leads to a kill, or a classic and simple SD, is a very good time to start being toxic. When people make these dumb little mistakes, they will already be kind of annoyed at themselves for making the mistake. Taunting or teabagging just adds a little bit of salt to the wound. Something which could also be a form of toxicity is being over self-confident. This can, for example, be you acting all cool and tough after winning a game. This one isn't that special or good, but it can still be pretty funny. Making sarcastic or dumb comments after your opponent SDs or does a dumb option or misinput is also a very good way to be toxic. You can make a dumb comment and maybe trigger them a little bit. For example, if your opponent drops a combo or a kill confirm and he die for it, you could say something stupid like, "Ooh, you might want to go practice some more." But it's okay, not everyone can be as good as me. I know it sounds stupid. It really does sound stupid, right? When you say it, you sound like an absolute idiot. But it can either make your opponent laugh or make them kind of annoyed, and both are a good outcome. Now I've told you all this, but what does it get you? What does it do to my opponent and how does it help me win? Well, being toxic can get your opponent annoyed, slightly triggered, or even a little angry. When this happens, your opponent might lose a bit of focus because they are annoyed. They might keep thinking about how annoying it is instead of focusing on the game, or they might get mad and might focus on beating you and not how they are gonna do it and when they are gonna do it. To summarize this, being toxic can make your opponent lose focus, which can lead to an immediate impact on their play. Another good thing is that it can help you in future sets. Let's say you just beat a Mario and you were very toxic and you can see that it really impacted them in the set. There might be a small chance that the next time you play them, they will want to beat you so badly just to get revenge for what you did to them. And if they start losing, they will start getting nervous and thinking stuff like, "There's no way I'm about to lose to this guy again," which might make them upset about themselves and making them lose confidence in their ability to beat you. This could also happen if you just beat someone while being toxic and your next opponent knows this. They might get into the set like, "I'm gonna kick this guy's ass," or something like that, and the same effects mentioned as before will follow. Beware though, being toxic might be fun and all, but can have quite a negative impact on you, not only as a player, but also as a person. Being toxic could make people think you are just a very negative and not fun person to be around. People might start to think that you are genuinely just a bad person because of your bad sportsmanship. This may lead to people avoiding you or creating a bad image of you on the internet, or may even lead to you getting banned. But if it gets to the point of you getting banned for it, you weren't being toxic anymore, you were just being a bad person. To say this short, people will make a bad image of you and you will be seen as a bad person. I also recommend not to be toxic using words to insult your opponent. A quick trash talk about something that happened in game like an SD is fine, but bringing personal stuff into it or starting to insult your opponent personally is not being toxic, it's being a bad person. Another thing that you need to keep in mind is that it can make you nervous as well. If you are winning 3 stocks to 1 and you start teabagging or taunting and then your opponent starts making a comeback, you'll start thinking stuff like, "I'm not gonna lose after doing that, right?" Or "I can't lose after being toxic," and this will distract you from the game. Now, should you be toxic, and does it actually help you win games? I will say that it can definitely help you win games and can be a viable strategy, but just don't take it too far. You need to know your limits and be able to stay within these limits. If you don't care about how people see you, and it also doesn't hurt, but if you care about how people see you, you might want to watch out with what you're doing, since a lot of people really do not like and appreciate other people being toxic and will make a big deal out of it. This is going to be it for this video, guys. It's a bit of a short one. I really tried to make it as long as possible. I just couldn't find anything to make it any longer than this. If you enjoyed, a like and a sub would be greatly appreciated. Tips in the comments on how I can improve my content are always welcome, and I will hopefully see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.